Regina, and in this video, how to connect with your deceased loved ones. Many times when people tell about their deceased loved ones, when they come for a session or they just randomly we start to talk, we start to talk, and stories come up about deceased loved ones, also with friends and family. Um, people want to know if people want to know how to connect with their deceased loved ones, and also what I find out very often is that they have already received some signs that their deceased loved one is around, yet they are not sure if it really was their deceased loved one. Let's see, what would be the signs? If you randomly think of your deceased loved one and hear their favorite song just randomly come up on a radio, for example, or you would see them in your dreams, and especially when it's one of those dreams where it feels just so real. I've had many times people say they woke up from a dream and they know it was a dream, but at the same time it just felt so real, and they don't always even have words to describe that experience, like how real it was. Also, other example would be some people have told um, they smell their deceased loved one's favorite perfume. That it just kind of like, it's like a split, even like split second, but that scent goes kind of by, and they smell it, they breathe it in, or they not only perfume, but like they smell. And again, it can be only just like split second, but their deceased loved one's favorite flower, or some food that their deceased loved one was cooking, especially if cooking was kind of their thing to do. Um, Also, at times it's people being woken up in the middle of the night, hearing their deceased loved one call them. Then they wake up, and then there is this kind of feeling of, was it for real, or did I really hear someone calling my name, or my deceased loved one hearing calling my name, or it was just a dream, or often people just discard it, or yeah, it was just a dream, and just some random things like that. Um, and these were just a few examples, the first that came to my mind. But those are just some signs and some examples of how your deceased loved one would show up, and kind of give you a sign that they are around. And if you are experiencing these or any other kind of signs or sort of random experiences that kind of feel like or seem like it could be your deceased loved one coming to you, showing up for you, or maybe it's just your imagination, trust me, it was for real. Not everybody has to be like a professional medium in order to be able to connect with deceased, with the dead, as I like to say. But I mean, all of us have the ability to do it on some level, and just to connect with our deceased loved ones. Really, everybody can do that, and everybody is already doing it. The difference, I guess, is really that not everybody has that trust, that who they connected with, or the signs that they are getting that they are really from their deceased loved one. Um, And then often what I also experience is, especially like when people come for a session and they don't tell up front everything, and then things would come up. Their deceased loved one would give some kind of signs or some kind of information, and then the person who came for a session would say, "Oh, I had a feeling that's what it was." And then they tell their experience and that they have already experienced this and that, and they had already thought it was their deceased loved one, but wasn't true. And then what medium saying it without even knowing it kind of just gives them that confirmation. So oftentimes it is the confirmation that people seek, to know for sure that they've had their deceased loved one stop by and um, connect with them or visit them. And so, yeah, really, when talking about how to connect with your deceased loved one, with all this, taking all this in account, what I already said, um, basically what you would do, the best way to start would be to think of your deceased loved one and think of, something significant that was either about your deceased loved one, or something that you both together had, that was significant. Maybe something was just both of yours kind of thing. And so think of start with thinking about those special moments, about something that was unique for this person, and call them. You don't have to do it all out loud. You can do it just in your mind. And really, important thing here to remember is that your deceased loved one, wherever they are, wherever it may be, whatever you believe where they are and what's happening, if you want to connect with your deceased loved one, then there must be some part of you, if not all of you, believing that it is possible that there is something beyond this world, beyond this physical. So, um, wherever they may be, it is not a physical world. So keep in mind the way they are going to be communicating, in the way that you are going to experience this communication, is not going to be as physical as it was when they were still here in a physical body. So they are going to use different communication ways. The communication will be different, and for you to communicate with them, you can do it. Like I said, you can do it in your mind. You can talk out loud, but the whole experience together is not going to be like when they were still here physically right in front of you. Yet you can talk to them as if they are right in front of you, and sooner or later you're going to get some sort of confirmation or a sign that they are around. If you want to call on your deceased loved one, then call on them and think of those special moments about them, and special moments together, and ask them for a sign. But don't tell them what kind of sign exactly they should show you to prove, confirm that they are there. Just ask them for a sign and then listen. And sometimes it may not be right away when it happens. Sometimes it may come at kind of random times and moments. Don't discard it. And just because they may not show up right away, or you may not experience any like signs or feelings that they are around like right away, don't discard the whole experience. I mean, they might show up in a different way than you expected. Just be open to any way they may want to show up. And um, when you get some of the signs, any kind of signs, just trust that that is a confirmation that they are around. And then you just can have a conversation, or just tell them what you want to say, and then go from there. And really, most importantly, is trust that feeling. If you have a feeling that they are around, one thing I think I didn't mention, but what's also happening is, like, often I hear people say, I had a feeling like somebody put the hand on my shoulder, or I had a feeling like somebody's breathing, like from a back, like on my back, on my back, on my back. I'm a little lost with English wording here, but in the back of their head here somewhere, or by their ears, like they feel that breathing. And those are all signs that they are around, and they usually, they will come in a way that is also comfortable for you, that is not going to be like scary for you. And in case something scary happens, just say that it's too scary, or do it differently, show up differently. But really, I have never experienced the like deceased loved ones show up like in a scary way. There've been all these what are called like earthbounds, and those are like those who are in spirit, but usually are not like loved ones. So that's a whole, like, a different story there. But when it comes specifically to deceased loved ones, they want to communicate or connect, and they're gonna do it in a way that is comfortable for you. And just trust your feeling on this. And like I said, not everybody has to be like professionally sort of a medium, or take classes and get like some certification or so to communicate with deceased loved ones. All of us, really, in my experience, has shown that everybody had, like, in some way or another, on a deeper level or not so deep, but everybody has had some kind of experience where they have felt or seen, or sensed, or smelled, or something, gotten some kind of signs from their deceased loved one. And important is to just really trust that. And yeah, that's basically what I want to say about how to communicate, how to connect with deceased loved ones. Also, one thing I do need to also say, I feel like it's important to say, is that deceased loved ones usually, they like to be remembered, all the good things and all the good stuff. I've not really had any experience that I can recall where they were all excited about those us here in the physical form, still physical dimension, that like they would be very excited about us being upset and not moving forward with our lives. They like to be remembered, like, the in a good way, like all those good times we've had together, and just kind of like their life being celebrated, and time together being celebrated, and for us to just move forward with our lives. And that's just kind of a cycle of life here, coming into this physical dimension. So yeah, so here you have it. Let me know if you have any questions, or any experiences you want to share. I would love to hear. And yeah, so comment below, share, ask, and subscribe if you haven't. I have videos coming up that are really, some are very random, some are very kind of informational, and some are for fun, and some are um, just it's all about kind of empowering, motivating each one of us to be the best we can be, and then me at the same time also sharing my experiences, or like my um, journey, or whatever I feel like sharing, of my journey, of me um, discovering things and my spiritual growth. And so yeah, I hope that you find this helpful, and so that's the type of videos that are here, in case you didn't know. And yeah, so bye.